Welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to control the onboard LED of the Raspberry Pi Pico 2W using the internal temperature sensor. Again, this is something I've done already, and I'm also going to have this code on my website so you can go there and download it directly, change the values around just to make sure everything's working. Going back to the last two projects I've done, which were the LED and the temperature sensor, this is only a combination of those two. So what's happening here? Again, I'm importing machine, importing UTime, and from machine import pin. I actually don't need both of these. This was a mistake here. I think I can actually remove this one here and everything should still work. All right, so what do I have? Again, I have import UTime, import machine, and I import pin. LED is set to LED. If you're using a Raspberry Pi Pico 1, this needs to be set to pin 25. So not to LED, but to pin 25. But because I'm using the Raspberry Pi Pico 2W, it needs to be LED. I set that to a pin out. My temperature is going to be exactly the same as before. Nothing changes for the temperature. So this section here reads the temperature. I'm going to leave the comments in the code as well. I'm not going to go over every single thing right now. I'm just going to show the logic for the LED part. So again, this is the temperature thing I did before in my previous video. This section here is checking if the temperature is greater than 24, print temperature is greater than 24 in the console below. It also turns the LED on, sleeps for half a second. That's what this does. So this is going to keep checking every half a second. If elif, that's else if or elif, the temperature is less than 24, we can set these values here, the 24, to any temperature that we want. So if I wanted it to be 21, 22, 23, 19, 10, whatever it is, I can set that value there. And again, please keep in mind the temperature sensor here is checking the temperature on the Raspberry Pi Pico. And I think for something like this, you can probably use it for rough average ambient temperature as well. It's not going to be very accurate. So please, if you need something accurate, you must use an external temperature sensor. So going back to this, it's going to be if temperature is less than 24, print the temperature is less than 24, that's fine. Set the LED to low, that means it turns the LED off. It waits for half a second, then it keeps doing everything again. Now down here, I've put an else statement. I don't need it for this because the temperature must either be greater than 24 or less than 24. But when I was learning how to program in Python, this is one of the things that they really recommended when doing if and else if statements. This else is just to catch if anything silly happens. We catch the error without the program actually crashing. So I repeat, you don't need this section here. When I press play on my console here, what's going to happen? It's going to print the temperature. At the moment, the temperature is 25, so it's a bit too hot. So the LED is just going to be on. What I need to do is probably change the values slightly or blow on this to cool it down a bit. Let me see if I can fan it with something to cool it down. That might work. So if I fan it for a few seconds, that might bring it down to less than 24. So 25, 26. All right, I tried to fan it for a few seconds. That didn't work. So I'm going to stop the program. And this is a good example to show how to change these values as well. So I'm going to set it to if it's greater than 25, let's turn the LED on. If it's less than 25, let's turn the LED off. So let's run this again. Stop it. Let's run. Let's see what happens. It starts at 27. It's at 25. So the LED is on. And if I can get this to under 25, let's see if I can get it to under 25. I'm going to fan this. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go any lower than that. So let's change it again to go to 26. So I'm going to change this value here to 26. I'm going to change this value here to 26 as well. That's probably a better one. Stop this. Let's play again. Starts off at 26. LED on. Yeah, perfect. LED went off. If it goes back up to 26 again, the LED should come back on. I'm going to put my finger or my hand over it to heat it up a tiny bit. Put my hand over it. Should go up to 26. There we go. LED back on. And it's going to drop again eventually. Go back to 25. LED goes off. So this is controlling the onboard LED using a temperature sensor. Now I think the next video is probably going to be me showing you how to use an external LED. Probably the video after that is going to be me showing you how to control that external LED with the temperature sensor as well. Stay tuned.